Wendy Borgerson, and I'm going to be interviewing Bo from Daisy Mountain Fire Department. He's a firefighter involved in the water safety program whose mission is to promote health promotion of water safety and risk reduction of accidental drowning. Okay, Bo, can you give me a brief overview about your fire department's water safety program?
Sure, Wendy. We have several different ways we address the parents and children in our community. One of those ways is through television advertisements that we do with the fire department. Those are a great way to reach children and parents at the same time. We'll also use radio spots, and we also have print ads that we'll hand out, and those are kind of a door-to-door thing. And several times a year, we'll make sure to make an appearance at the local schools, and we'll go through a demonstration and basically show these kids what to look for, how to keep themselves and their siblings safe, and that will get carried on and taken home back to their homes. The biggest way that we can do that is through, on calls, casual contact with these children, and basically showing them what to look for. If they have a pool, that helps a lot as well.
In your opinion, Bo, what do you feel is the most successful method that your fire department can reach out to the pediatric population regarding water safety?
That would definitely be the schools and visiting to educate the children directly. I think that's the most effective way that we get out there and get the message across.
And what kind of curricula or basis, how do you guys do this in the schools?
Well, we utilize the National Health Education Standards for lessons among children grades 2 to 12, and we demonstrate the correct use of life jackets and personal flotation devices. And we also really concentrate on CPR and making sure that's done effectively and correctly. We also like to utilize an interactive approach, and by that I mean we like to do things like life jacket relay races with the kids and teaching them the help and huddle positions. That's huge in water safety, and going through different things like water safety and CPR scenarios. A lot of these kids learn by doing, and that's a big part of how we teach, our style of teaching. And then we go over and we discuss what's been done, and we make changes to that depending upon how they've shown us their proficiency in CPR and these different safety scenarios. And then basically we have the students demonstrate that skill, and we make sure that they're ready to do that in the real world. The main question we ask these children after we've done all this training and educated them on water safety is, what can you do to stay safe around water? And a lot of times the teacher will have them write a paper, reflecting on what they've learned through interactions with members of the fire department in this training. And that's basically just going to carry out our goal of water safety and making sure that there's no more unnecessary drownings and deaths. We've had a lot of that in the last few years. We've gotten better, but there's a lot of work to go. And we also are going to go ahead and test these children, like I said before, and make sure that they have the real world skills to handle a situation like an accidental drowning, because they do happen. We want to reduce the likelihood of that, but they're going to happen. So we're going to make sure that they're ready to take that on.
Great, and this is a picture from Boulder Creek High School in which the cheerleader is performing CPR that you guys taught her. Is this correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We basically took all the students out in the football field after we instructed them in the proper technique of CPR, and then we evaluated them. That's part of the importance of this program, is making sure they have that proficiency in the skills. If an accidental drowning does occur, what are they going to do to take care of that prior to the arrival of, the big red truck?
Just for clarification for our listeners, Daisy Mountain Fire Department's community consists of the Anthem, Desert Hills, and New River communities, which is a suburb of the Phoenix area. But with the Phoenix Fire Department so close, do you find that your fire departments work together sometimes?
Oh yes, most definitely. We work together with many agencies in our area throughout the state of Arizona to reach out to the community on a multidisciplinary level from individual to organizational influences. And it really works out well when you have different resources from throughout the state, everybody getting together and brainstorming. We come up with a lot of good ideas on how to prevent these accidental drownings and educate the public in an effective manner.
And I can imagine that the American Red Cross and such would be involved as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The American Red Cross is very influential in our our education and basically how we get it out to the community.
Now, as we were talking, Bo, I kind of reflected back onto my 726 course, which is what I'm interviewing you for, health promotion and risk reduction. The main theory that came to mind for me was the social ecological theory, in which you're trying to get a behavior change based on interventions that are on multiple levels of influence. This theory also proposes that overall long-term change is more successful with interventions satisfying the multiple levels of influence. Would you agree that this is true in creating a change in these children?
Yes, I think that influencing multiple levels influences the sustainability of reducing drowning risks overall. That's our main goal, and we've seen that in the Phoenix area. Back in the 1980s and 90s, there was a huge amount of drownings, and that's gone down drastically. We only have a couple a year now.
And I'd have to agree. I feel that taking an approach that does target all of those aspects will be more successful. According to the theory, I also broke down how public policy with the use of barriers and life jackets, in which there are laws for barriers, the community, you guys changed the norms by providing the education and reducing stigma. Institutional, the children already have to go to school, and you're getting that message out there and providing a social network for them. You're also giving them the social support on an interpersonal level through handing the flyers home to family, parents, and caregivers. And most of all, you're impacting them on an interpersonal level, giving them the knowledge, changing their attitudes and beliefs by giving them self-efficacy and skills to actually produce uh, proper water safety skills. And I would say that's your guys' overall goal, correct?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, Bo, well, I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I feel that your explanation of your program really helped to clarify and put things into perspective for me and think from a theoretical point of view. I was also able to see that you guys use self-efficacy as a method of measuring through the child's demonstrated PFD and CPR scenario reactions and quizzes use. And also, a main construct that's important for your program is social support. And I saw that that is definitely measured through the social networks, relationships at school and home and in the community. You guys give them norms and reciprocity of water safety behavior. So thank you, Bo.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for having me, Wendy. We're very fortunate in the Valley to have such a great program that's supported by many physicians, our Valley Fire Departments, and other agencies. Without them, we couldn't make this possible. Thank you.
Thank you.